Hello, this is Omar, and today I like to discuss, could this be the year that Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley win you the chip? And so I was just trying to take a deep dive on it to see, whether they're worth it, because the past couple of years they probably been screwing a lot of people over. So we just gonna take a quick second to discuss this, and what I'm saying, just see what you think about it. So C-Mac, his stats kind of been tapering off the past few years. He hit 403 touches, and all-purpose yards, he had 2,392 in 2019, and then in 2020, he played in 3 games, only had 76 touches, and had only 374 yards. And then last year he played in 7 games, only had 106, you know, overall touches, and 785 total yards. And it's kind of tricky with him because he hit that number that people got to be scared about is 400 overall attempts in the season. Now, history shown that it's only been a select few running backs that actually was able to get to that mark and still have a positive career after that. They have a few that actually had two. LaDainian Thompson had 2 seasons where he touched 400 touches, and then Le'Veon Bell also had 400 touches. But then typically your career kind of dwindles off a little after that. More recently, Derrick Henry, he had 409 in 2019, and in 2020 he had 418. So normally when you get to 400, you kind of have it just for some weird ass fucking reason, you've been getting more injured and shit for some particular reason. I don't know, whatever it is, you can attribute to 400, but in 9 out of 10 cases, it kind of seems like once they get to that 400 mark, the running back don't be the same. Zeke Elliott, he had 433 in 2018, and he kind of never been the same back after that. And then everybody know, like, when DeMarco Murray, he had 497, and he just disappeared like the following season. So that's a scary number, to pick. Now, C-Mac, I think in a lot of the games, they might be trailing. They might win some games, but some of the games they might be trailing. So as far as that PPR, they might, you might get some value for him. Now, I'm gonna come back to him in a second. Now, Saquon Barkley, he kind of been a little different to gauge. In 2019, he had 269 touches for 1,441 all-purpose yard in 13 games, and then the past 2 seasons, he been, like 2020 was the season where he got hurt real early, and only had 94 touches in 2 games, and 94 yards, I'll say. And then in 2021, he had 203 all-purpose yards. Let me go back. Barkley had 94. I guess he had 94 all, touches, But 2021, he had last year he had 203 in 13 games, had 856 yards. Now, Saquon, at least you'll feel confident a little more because, their offense is going to be up and down, because nobody's really sold on Daniel Jones. And, this is really, I want to say, this is like the year that Barkley can cash out. You know what I'm saying? If he have a monster year, he probably get blessed either with the franchise tag, or he might get a solid contract. You know, so at least with his numbers, you ain't gonna be too scared about, because he ain't hit 400 yet. So in running back years, he's still a live body. So if you take both of the two, and in previous years, all the forecasters always had them in the top 5. You draft them, either they get hurt or they don't really shine like you think, and they kind of like, you know what I'm saying, you be like, God damn, these boys finesse me and shit. But this year, if you would have had to choose between the two, you probably lean more towards Barkley and just taking a gamble on him. But one thing you probably won't do is you ain't gonna draft them all stupid, you know, at the top or whatever. If they keep dropping and you see them in the later rounds, and where you see clear value in the pick, then you probably hop on that shit. But you ain't gonna do like previous years where, you know what I'm saying, if you was, you know what I'm saying, top 4 in your draft, and then you say like, yeah, let me go ahead and just pick them and shit. You ain't gonna do that, because you already done got bit before, or at least somebody amongst the people that you playing with done got worked, and you said like, nah, I can't get finesse like that. So in your head, you like, if I see him dropping, and I can say, all right, he gonna be more either like my, you know, running back 2 or my flex player, until he show out and shit. If both of them start showing that they gonna give you solid numbers, like, you know, anywhere from like 25 up on a consistency, then you'll, you know, feel comfortable just building a roster per week around them. But until they show you that, you're gonna be like a little hesitant. But you just, he might have some value on the roster and shit. So, you know, that's my little take on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, it's just things to consider when you're trying to build that roster to try to cash you out at the end of the year. So that was like my little quick take on it. If you like the video, you know what I'm saying, if it kind of brought some sort of value, you know, just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll get back on you at the next time. All right, then.